I had to buy a phone for my brother back in Africa. So I sent him money to buy a phone and he sent the money back to me. He said no, he wanted me to buy a used phone from the United States or from Europe and send it over to him. So see, I bought this one. I already had this one at home. This one I also bought used and one other laptop over there. But after I bought my laptop, I did something to it before I started using it. But I'm going to tell you that later. So when this happened, something hit me. This is what we all do. We would rather buy an expensive used device than a brand new one just because it comes from UK or it comes from America. I know you're probably watching me from a device that you bought used, just like my brother did. The question is, what is exactly inside your used phone? Because it's probably not what you're thinking. And if you must buy a used phone or a used laptop, how can you buy it right? Most people believe that when you hit factory reset on the phone or when you format a laptop, the data is gone. It's deleted, it's wiped, and it's done. Well, that belief is wrong more often than you would think. Because here is what factory reset actually does to most devices. It removes the index, the system's map of where your files lived, but it doesn't necessarily override the actual data sitting on the storage chip. You know how when you were small, your mama used to tell you to clean the house and you would go and you would clean in front of the chairs and just leave the back alone. That's exactly what is happening. Because if somebody decides to look under the chair, under the table, every dirt is still lying there. Someone with the right tools can recover the data left behind by the previous owner of your phone. Or even if you sold your phone, someone can recover your own data even after factory reset. And to be fair, some of the devices are properly wiped before they are shipped for resale. The ones from the garage sales, donation bins, the ones from discount clearance stocks, you do not really know who owned the phone before, and nobody is going to tell you where the device really came from when they bring it back home and they're selling to you. Now, leftover personal data is one thing. The other thing is what is installed in the device that you can't see. Is it a spyware? If so, that means, my brother, you are screwed, because that person is managing or monitoring your calls, they're monitoring your messages, they're monitoring your locations and where you go, and you are quietly being monitored. And sometimes this is left behind by the previous owner, unintentional, because they didn't even know that they were getting spied on. But sometimes it is also left intentionally by the person that refurbished that phone before it was sold to you. What about a banking trojan? Let's say it would look like another random application that is preloaded into your phone. So it is a disguise as just another normal application. And once you open your bank account or your mobile money app, it steals your login information and then they drain your account. This could not only be stealing your login for your bank account and all that, it could also be stealing every other page that you're logging in using your phone, all other applications that you're using. Let's talk about the preloaded botnet malware, because this one is really scary and wild. In 2025, the FBI warns that over 1 million cheap Android devices, including TVs, smartphones, smart boxes, TV boxes, and tablets that were shipped around the world were already shipped with malware already installed into it. And immediately you power on the device, the malware quietly connects to a remote server and becomes part of a botnet. So your device right now is going to be used for password theft, it's going to be used for fake advertisement clicks, it's going to be used for attacking other people while you are just using your phone like a normal person. You no idea say your phone don't dey collect people their information at all. You no even know say you don't dey participate. But the question then becomes, who is really paying the price of this used phone? It's not just you. Your friends, your families are paying for this too. Because while you are suffering the consequences of a drained bank account, your phone could also be used as a bot, helping send attacks that shut down a hospital system, a ransomware, that kind that cost lives of children and elderly people who needed care at that particular moment. So think about that. Your phone also could be used as part of a campaign, sending fake advertisements to your friends and families. And once they click on those links, trusting that it is you, their own devices are also compromised and their own bank accounts are drained as well. So at this point, you are not the only victim. I know you don't want to be a part of that. So that's why we're going to talk about the 3 ways that you can buy and use a phone or a laptop, right, to minimize this type of security risk. So let's talk about number 1. If you are buying a used, after you get the device, don't just trust it's clean. Your phones, your laptops, you need to check whether it's still signed in to any previous accounts. You also have to check things like what are the Wi-Fi's or the networks that are currently connected to the phone, and you have to disable them. In fact, you need to check also the application permissions that your phone has granted to applications that are currently installed in your phone. Which permissions do my applications have? They have permissions to listen to me, to my microphone, to my camera, all that. You need to check those. Number 2, you need to run a malware and a spyware scan on your phone or your computer before you start using it. There are free and reputable security applications that will flag most of the common stuff we have talked about. And if you have used one before, please drop that in the chat so that other people can also learn. You could be helping somebody that doesn't know. And the last one is when you buy a laptop, and even if you are not a technical person, you can look for a technical person to help you. What you need to do is just take out the drive from the laptop, throw it away, buy a new drive, install a brand new operating system, and start everything from afresh. Yes, I know it costs a little bit of money, but it is cheaper than losing your bank account. So the next time when you are searching a used iPhone for sale or a used laptop for sale, or you are handing over your old phone, just remember that reset doesn't mean erased, and use does not mean save. What you don't see can still be in there. So please tell us if you have prepared a used device in the past, either to sell or to buy. Tell us in the comment section how you did it right and how you put security in mind. And if this episode teaches you something, please go ahead and subscribe. And until then, secure your devices, and we'll see you in another episode of Secure Africa.